Love and peace, peace and light.
Hello, lovely light beings, and welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly Purpoz. Today I'm going to do a video about destiny swapping. Before we get started, please like this video so that you will know whenever I go live or whenever I post a video here on YouTube. But yes, before we get started, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I have over 800 videos on this particular channel. I talk about the American Aborigines. I talk about mental health, spirituality, and wellness. So don't forget to join me here on YouTube. So let's get started. We're going to talk about the tea today. The tea, as it pertains to Foundation of Black Americans here in the Americas. And the tea is about destiny swapping. But yeah, I was looking up destiny swapping on AI. And destiny swapping is a spiritual concept that refers to the alleged theft or exchange of individuals' divine purpose, blessing, or life potential by another through manipulation, envy, or spiritual monitoring. I found that to be quite interesting that a lot of destiny swapping has been going on, or perceived destiny swapping among the American Aborigines as, with a lot of immigrants. Unfortunately, immigrants and others who are not just the immigrants, but others who are not, considered Black Americans, but foundational Black Americans. And I wanted to sort of touch on that because I noticed that that's been coming up more and more. There's been some incidences that has occurred many times, more frequently lately, such as the Selma March with the Somalians, and of course the Ghana trying to get reparation on our behalf, even though they were the ones that sold the Africans, sold their own people out during the transatlantic slave trade. And so, yeah, these instances been occurring more and more frequently lately, and I think it's important that we don't get too, to be proactive about it, but also know that we do have the power to change things. I think sitting passive is not a good thing. We have to still be more proactive in what we do to address this matter, but also we also have to realize we do have the power to change things. We can, it's an inside out job. We can transmute these particular situations, with destiny swapping by I believe in we have the power to do that. But anyway, it's destiny swapping is also considered a form of spiritual warfare. It involves stealing star energy or light energy, causing the victim to experience sudden stagnation while the attacker flourishes, often via dreams or close connections. And so I believe that's what we are seeing right now. People want to destiny swap because they know that we're owed reparation and that it's time. The time is up. It's been over 400 years since our ancestors have endured so much. Our land been stolen as American Aborigines, and also our identity been stolen, and also, labor been stolen through the slave trade and through slavery. And so all of these go hand in hand But that's something that we always seen over and over again, the destiny swapping among other people, and the attitude, the anger, you know, you see that a lot too. But I'm going to show you some of the clips of some of the incidences that I was talking about. I even talked about the Black Panther, where there's a guy trying to cosplay as a leader, as a foundational Black American. You know, I did another video about another guy too, who tried to say that he's the foundation Black American and he's Puerto Rican. So it's two incidences. And I went back to explain that if you want to check out that video, that's the previous video I've done talking about that. That, you know, Puerto Rico did not become America until after the slave trade. And so after slavery was abolished in the United States. And so it's not the same, you know. And if they were to get their reparation or anything, they should go under Puerto Rico and go after the Spanish. But I talk about that in a video. I'm not going to talk about that on this video, because if you want to hear more of what I had to say about that, you can check that out on my video that I done last time. But I also going to put a clip, but you can check out that clip from the previous video. But the clip that I'm going to show you next is going to be from the Selma March. So go ahead and check it out, and then I'll come back. We'll come back and we'll discuss.
But the movement is transformed from them and then to us and now. This is our moment, because our time has come to defend our rights. This is one step in that great legacy. Let's march with solemnity. Keep hope alive! 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 Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente. Somebody! 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 Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Well, now we got a chance to see that video about the Selma March now with the Somalians. You know, I find it quite interesting. It sounds like it, when I saw that video, it seemed like it was that they were trying to destiny swap. It's quite obvious, because they did everything. It was like they were trying to follow the same path that our ancestors did for the civil rights movement, and trying to reenact and draw the same energy from the civil rights movement on their behalf for immigration, you know. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And plus, when we're more tapped in with the universe, and we are tapped in with our ancestors, you learn that you do have the power to transmute and put a stop to these things. You know, we can transmute the negativity of what's taking place, of what, you know, our enemies are trying to do, by transmuting it into a positive flow of energy that comes our way. I talk about that a lot in my music my music therapy, universal guidance. You all may want to check it out. I talk about that. You have the power to change things, and we do. We really do. And it's our mindset. As I have heard some people on different videos say, oh, it's that we're never going to get reparations, it's never going to happen. But you can't say that. When you say that, you're speaking it into existence. Instead, you got to claim it, transmute that energy, the negative action of others, of trying to steer our light into a positive flow of energy towards ourselves. And you speak positivity on the situation, that everything will fall in place, and that yes, we do have the power to change things, and that everything will flow, and we will get our reparation. We will. But anyway, the next video is going to be about Ghana. I definitely wanted to share that with you all, about what Ghana did. So let's check it out.
President Mahama will address the UN General Assembly during the International Day of Remembrance of Victims and Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade. Now, President Mahama will present Ghana's position, which has been adopted by the African Union on a landmark resolution to declare the trafficking of enslaved Africans and the racialized chattel enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity. The visit will commence with a solemn wreath-laying ceremony at the African Burial Grounds Memorial in New York on Tuesday, paying tribute to the memory of enslaved Africans. Now, we are joined on Zoom by international relations expert, Dr. Julius Kweku Kata. What is Ghana's position on this issue?
As well as Africa will have a kind of relief by resettling our African brothers and sisters from the diaspora back to Ghana, and then also strengthening the talent of Africa. The endowed talent of Africa would have to be put together with the diaspora to rebuild the whole of Africa as well as Ghana. That is why there's an open door policy for the African diaspora to come back home. It is not because of anything, because of the hard work that our great-grandfathers and fathers have done in the United States. That is to beef up the development of Africa. We need social development. We need economic development. We need a big push in financial independence. And we need a big push in industrialization. And basically, this is what Ghana is fighting for. And that must be sanctioned at the United Nations. And I'm happy they are going to lay a wreath for those who have struggled during the slave trade to the United States, North America, South America, and elsewhere. Therefore, it is important for Ghana to raise a voice, because the trunk of the slave, the transatlantic slave trade, happens across the whole of the southern sector as well as the northern sector of Ghana. And therefore,
so you got a chance to see the video about Ghana. So Ghana is trying, the Ghana president was trying to get our reparation for themselves. It's quite obvious in the video. And then not only that, they did a ritual at the end near our ancestor site. So these are definitely rituals, with the Somalians trying to do the ritual of the Salma. And then, of course, Ghana doing a ritual, in New York, with our ancestors. And, of course, like I said, it's not going to work because our ancestors are not going for that. They're not. Come on now. You sold us out. But, like I said, we have to, bring positive flow of energy into this. It's not just it's going to take a combination or working all the way around through this thing. It's going to take your physical of actually going in there and making it happen, and we're working as a collective in this. You know, the grassroots movement is definitely key. Like, I saw how Kamala sort of changed her ways on how she's thinking now and listening to the Foundation of Black Americans about how there's transactional voting, that there's really expecting tangibles. And more young people are speaking out, which I think is wonderful. Speaking up and sharing their voices and letting it be known. That's a form of taking action. You know, action towards making things right. Another form is also through meditation. You know, your mindset, getting yourself in alignment. It's a mental thing. We can't have all this boiled up anger, because I hear a lot of anger. I know it's a lot of hurt, it's a lot of trauma. So it's a lot of healing work that a lot of us need to go through. It's a lot of healing work. And for so long, so many people have shouldered their traumas, you know, from, you know, this PTSD, you know, and then they coined it the post-traumatic slave syndrome as well, you know, and some of us are finally realizing who we truly are, that we are the indigenous Americans here of this land, and that all they did was conquer the indigenous people here and enslaved us. And the people that always fought for us were the Indians, you know. Africa did not show up, but the Indians did, because they are us. They're us. And then the spiritual connection, going back into our indigenous roots, connecting with our ancestors is going to be key, you know? Connecting and having that reconnection with our ancestors is definitely key. Gotta have the rituals, you know? Celebrating our ancestors and honoring it. Believe it or not, a lot of us who are Christians are already doing it. You have an altar in your house. Believe it or not, having those pictures in the dining room, having the album, the photo album book with the Bible, all that is a ritual already. And a lot of Black Americans are doing that. I put a picture of the altar of my family on Instagram as an example. It's the old altar, but we remodeled the house, so we're gonna put up a new altar, you know, an updated version, and honoring and celebrating our ancestors. And so that is a way also, is connecting back to not just your ancestors, but also the universe. We can transmute these energies into positive flow. All that negative talk and everything can't touch us as long as we learn to transmute it back into positive energy upon ourselves. It's a new way of thinking, and a lot of us are heading that way. I think once we start to heal from within, things will get a lot better. And also, I would love to see if any of you all want to connect with me. You know, if you have a small YouTube channel like me and trying to grow it, I think it's important that our voices get heard. Too many other people, like other Africans, who are trying to speak on our behalf. Too many of them. I see it a lot on YouTube, and their channels are growing. We need to stop supporting them if they're not us. It's our story to tell, not them. And I think it's time that we network with each other and, you know, build a network and grow our new channels. Because what's happening is a lot of our new channels are being stifled by these big African channels. I'm not sure what they're doing. Well, I have a feeling I know what they're doing. They're piggybacking off each other to get all these views. But we as Black Americans, we need to support ourselves. So we need to start bringing these views towards our people because it's our story. And see, they're doing it for money, you know, but they're not passionate about it. They're not passionate about it because it's not in their bloodline. But it is among us, and it's our story to tell. And we need to support each other in sharing our story and getting the word out there. So if you all are interested, just like I am, you know, just like me, in having a network and collaborating and building together, especially if you have a new channel or a small channel like me, let me know. Hit me up. You know, I have my contact information in my description, you know, on the video. So just, you know, reach out to me and let me know if you are interested. You know, because I'm very much interested in collaborating, but you have to have a channel and you have to have some followers. You know, we need to build this thing, you know. And if you're already established and doing well, please let me know. We all need to come together and get our story out there. We need to support. We need to be liking each other's videos. You know, share my videos. Get these messages out there. We need to share these videos and gain momentum, you know, and not be afraid. And we should not become, you know, I think it's a lot too much competition. Oh, they're gonna do better than me. No, we need to work together as a collective and move past this. Oh, I want to outshine this other person. Oh, I want to make sure this person is lower than me and they're gonna do better than me. You know, we need to stop thinking about this individualized way of thinking. You know, in order to make progress, we're going to have to move together as a collective to make things work. And I believe that's what they're doing, and that's why it's gaining more momentum. It's because they're piggybacking off each other and growing each other's channel, and that's what we are known for, and we need to continue doing that. Because I've been seeing that some people get a little selfish and don't want to work together. But in order for us to grow our channels, we're going to have to work together as a collective, as foundational Black Americans, you know, especially the new channels. You know, because our voices are not getting heard, you know, enough. And so we need to work together. And so if you're interested in collaborating, please let me know. Because I am looking for collaborators, you know, but you have to have a channel up. Okay? And so you gotta have some channel and some followers, you know. But I'm here, and I just wanted to share that view with you all. And please let me know what you all think. Well, this is gonna be the conclusion of my video. Please like this video again. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates of when I go live. Also, share this video if you feel like it was informative. No, don't forget to share it with others. On this video, on this channel, I have over 800 videos. I talk about the American Aborigines, mental health, spirituality, and wellness. I also have some more channels. You know, I have the Purpose Healing Arts channel. On that channel, I do my spiritual reads, and I talk about metaphysics. And then also, I have the Psychology Essence channel where I talk more about mental health. And if you're interested in collaborating with me, please let me know. You can reach out to me. My contact information is in the descriptions. It's on the descriptions of all my videos, so you can go and check it out as well. Depending on how many people show interest, I'll, maybe move forward on trying to build some sort of network or something, so we can get new channels like my size, like me, or a little bit smaller and a little bit larger, small range of getting our videos out there, because it's definitely a need for it, because we're not being heard as we should. So a lot of us need to be heard. The messages need to come across, and there's a lot of people out there who need to hear about our story from the indigenous people here of the Americas. So yes, and also don't forget to check out my Universal Guidance album that's already available and out to right now. It's available on Spotify and also in the Apple Store. I'll also have the Psychology Essence. I have my workbooks, my journals. All of them are ebooks are available also as well. Check it out. You can check out the Psychology Essence store, and I also have the Purpose Healing Art store, and on that channel, on that particular store, I have my t-shirts and my candles available for sale. And if you need a therapist, I am also available as well. My schedule's been picking up, but I can add you to my schedule if you live in Georgia. I do have a Georgia license, and if you're needing a life coach, or I also do life coaching as well, and that's in other states, outside of Georgia, so yeah, so I am available for that as well. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all. Until next time, love and peace. Peace and light. Bye-bye.
Prana energy fuels the soul and ignites the power from within. As energy beings, we have to our soul with spiritual food that's pure. Spiritual food comes in many forms, and the 5 elements should be taken.